Hello, America. Nick and Jay here from YouAreLiberal.com. It's Common Sense Conservatism from two uncommon men, and of course we're here for Election Night 2010.
It's a very exciting night.
Very exciting night, and we're just getting started. We're getting a little bit late start here. We've been trying to catch up and try to get everything set up for this, but so far it's looking good, especially in the House. The Senate, not looking as good. I think we'll make some gains, but we're definitely making major gains in the House.
So yeah, it looks like most likely, which I think we already pretty much knew, but it's good to see it's coming to fruition. You like that word, fruition?
Fruition.
Yeah,
you made that up. Hold on, that's not a real word.
Know, but yeah, look.
How dare you use a school word?
Anyhow, it looks like we're going to gain control of the House.
It does look like the Republicans will take the House. Some of the big races that we've been watching, of course, Rand Paul, son of Ron Paul, he beat Jack Conway. That was for the Kentucky Senate seat.
Which that one, I love that one, is because he really does represent a conservative, libertarian point of view, where not all Republicans really are. Can you call them conservatives?
Exactly. Another big one, Marco Rubio over Charlie Crist, and then I think there was a Democrat in there too, but nobody really ever talks about him. Kendrick Meek.
He did come up in the news with Bill Clinton asking him to jump out of the race.
Yeah, that was about the only reason, and that's because Charlie Crist, who had been the Republican there, was as liberal as they come. So they're like, well, we can't have two liberals in there. That's just going to divide the vote. So looks like Marco Rubio is going to pull that one off over Charlie Crist and again, the Democrat.
Yeah. Back in Florida, you love this one. You love this one.
This one just made my night. Alan Grayson, Florida's 8th District. Representative Alan Grayson is done. He's gone. He loses to Republican challenger Daniel Webster. And Mr. Grayson, who just came out in the news this past week saying that he couldn't wait for a Democratic win because that would be the best way to tell Glenn Beck to stick it. Well, I believe the state of Florida, especially in the 8th District, they just told Mr. Grayson to stick it and go home. I wonder if they get unemployment for that.
I don't know.
I hope not. I'm tired of the U.S. paying his paycheck every week.
You know what's funny about that one?
What's that?
You know, back during the healthcare debate when he puts up all his big posters and says that Republicans they want you to die early. Well,
his political career died early in the night.
Very, very early he went down.
Yeah, Alan Grayson losing to Daniel Webster. That one, it just puts a smile on my face every time. And some other big races that are going on that are not called yet. Joe Sestak, he's leading over Toomey, the Republican challenger. I hated that. I hate to see Sestak still in there again after the backdoor dealing with Obama over the healthcare debate. I really hate to see Sestak, Mr. Two-Face, in there, but he still is. And of course, Blumenthal's leading over Linda McMahon. That one's still too early to call, but it's not looking good for Linda McMahon and the Republicans and true conservatives on that side.
That one's sad because she, in spite of the WWE, when I first heard about her, I was like, really? But she actually is a really good candidate. And then Blumenthal being really, really bad, it seems like it should be a big, easy win, but it hasn't been in Connecticut. It's a little disappointing.
Yes, it is. And Linda McMahon, she knows something about running a business, which leads me to believe maybe she could help the government be profitable and not lose money year after year after year. But I guess we'll have to wait. Maybe she can get in there some other way, some other year. Another race we're watching pretty close. Stephanie Herseth Sandlin, who is married to Sandlin, who was a politician here in Texas for years.
Right.
And she's the Democrat in South Dakota. She's leading right now over Kristi Noem, who's the Republican there that I've took a shining to, most of all because she's beautiful. But no, she seems like a really smart lady. She seemed like a true, passionate, conservative person that really cared. She knows about running a business, and not like Linda McMahon business, but running a family business. She ran a farm after her father had passed away. She's just a great conservative politician. She's behind right now 48 to 46, but only 6% of the state is reporting so far. So it's still way early, and that one's entirely too close to call.
Be honest, though. You only really looked into her after you saw a picture of it. That's when you went to research more.
No, because that's our job to research the candidates. That's why I did. That's why I did.
I like the spin.
Of course. So far, right now, we have Republicans in the House at 86, Democrats at 46. Of course, you need 218 for the majority in the House. So we're leading. We've got almost double, not quite double what the Democrats have so far. It's still very early in the night. A lot of these things are going to go pretty late into the night. Of course, the West Coast races and things like Nevada. That's one I'm waiting for. I'm ready for Nevada, man. I cannot wait to see dingy Harry Reid go down. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Of course, Sharon Engel's been leading in the polls. So
she's gained over the last few days. She's looking good. So I'm really hoping that she pulls that one out.
Yeah, if people don't, have their little boxes already checked on the electronic voting machines for Harry Reid like they were experiencing the first few days of early voting. But in the Senate, not looking so hot. 38 Republicans, 45 Democrats. You need 51 for a majority there. And I believe the Democrats are probably going to hold the House, or the Senate rather, but I believe it's going to be a lot more narrow margin than they had before. I know they won't have the 60. I don't think there's any way they'll have the 60 majority that they had a couple years ago, but I believe we'll make gains in the Senate, and I believe we're going to take the House, and we may have a pretty large majority in the House. But keep it right here. We'll be back with you all night long. Election night 2010. Just keep it right here for election night 2010. We'll be back throughout the night with updates as we get them in here. So far, we're leading the House. What's your projection? You think we're going to win both, or do you think it'll just be the House?
It's I'm not ready to give up on the Senate yet, but I think we're definitely going to be 60 plus gains on the House side.
I think you're right. I think it will be 60 plus. On the Senate side, like I said, we're going to make some gains. It's just they only need 6 more wins for the Senate to take the majority. We're a ways away, so we'll stick it out, though. We'll see what happens. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Join us right here all night long. It's yourliberal.com with Nick and Jay.